Cranes today are some of the most versatile pieces of equipment to be found working on many industrial and construction sites. They are capable of lifting a variety of loads to great heights or over great distances. When used correctly on firm level ground and with a fully trained and competent lifting team, mobile cranes are also one of the safest items of equipment. In accordance with industry best practice BS 7121 and Regulation 8 of the Lifting Operations and Lifting Equipment Regulations 1998, LOLA, all lifting operations must be properly planned by a competent person, appropriately supervised, carried out safely. It's very important that as a visitor to a workplace, you receive a suitable induction to enable you to be fully aware of site-specific risks, hazards, PPE requirements, and precautions that should be taken when working on that site.
Good morning, my name's Stephen Morphus. I'm the actual site agent today, and your name?
My name's Dean.
Okay, Dean, good morning and welcome to you. Dean, what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be doing several lifts.
In addition, the competent person in charge of the lift will be required to inspect crane and operator certification and must allow you, the operator, to read the method statement and risk assessment.
But of course, there's some documentation that I need to check from yourself. I'd like to see a daily, weekly check sheet, please, first. There you go. Okay, thanks. Okay, that seems to be in order. I'm going to be taking a photocopy of this for our own safety file in a moment. Can I see your 12-monthly and your 4-yearly certificates, please, for the crane?
That's a 12-monthly. That's 4-yearly as well.
Okay. Okay, that seems to be in order. Can I see your CPCS card, Dean, please? Thanks. Okay, and lastly, can I see your competency certificate for the actual model of crane that you brought today? Okay, that's great. Thanks very much. Okay, this is the actual method statement, Dean, and the site inspection and risk assessment report form. As you can see, what we're going to be lifting, we've got a variety of different loads. This is your crane details there. The site conditions as per the actual site assessment report form, and of course we've checked the necessary documentation. If you'd like to take a few moments to have a read of that, and if there are any problems that you can see, please feel free to let me know. Okay? That's great, okay. Is there anything that you've got for me that I need to sign on and do?
Yeah. It's the group hire sheet, which basically you need the name of the appointed person in charge of the lift operation, yourself, and then just to sign each one saying that we've both viewed and understood the method statement and that our work will be carried out in accordance with that method statement.
Okay.
And there we just sign and you sign again there.
Okay. Sign that.
This requirement applies to Construction Plant Association model conditions for crane hire only.
Okay, you've read the method statement now, you're quite happy with that, and the risk assessment, and of course I've explained to you that there are some proximity hazards in the site, and we're both aware of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay, let's go to work.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay then, Dean. This is the site entrance here. As you can see, you're parked just outside now. What I'm planning on doing is bringing you in through the site gates and then swinging you around in this open area here and then getting you to reverse slowly under my guidance down to the bottom end of the site where we can actually be positioning you, where I've already marked with some marker paints the position of the outriggers and their jacks. There are a few proximity hazards in the area as per the risk assessment that I've already noted, namely this overhead power cable along here, and of course we have a substation adjacent, which of course you've already seen the permits to work there. This power cable runs along the top of the bank, approximately 9 meters high, and then goes over across the buildings there, and we've seen that we have a telegraph pole there. There is also another area here, a soft area down towards the bottom end of the site. Again, that's been marked with bunting tape so as we don't get any access into that point there. Okay? Any questions, any problems that you can envisage? No. Okay, then I think the best thing we can do is go and do it.
Yeah.
Even though you have received a briefing and are happy with the method statement and risk assessment, it's important that you continue to be aware of any changes that may have occurred, such as ground conditions and above and below ground proximity hazards. When you and the competent person are satisfied with the positioning of the crane, you will be required to set the machine in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. It's therefore vital that the crane's operating manual is available and used for reference when required. It is critical to all mobile cranes for safe setup that the outriggers are set correctly to the dimensions that are stated in the crane's duty chart. To ensure stability of the crane is maintained, you'll be required to place support pads under the outrigger jacks. This will involve some manual handling. If there is a possibility that you are unable to safely handle the support pad, you should seek assistance from the competent person. On some cranes, you will be able to use loading ramps and the variable height suspension system of the crane to assist in bringing the pad closer to the ground. It is the client's responsibility to provide firm level ground. This is vital to ensure that all requirements of the safe system of work are met. As an operator, you will have a working knowledge of different ground conditions. If there is any doubt about the ground conditions, you must stop and seek further guidance. You as an operator must level the crane in accordance with manufacturer's instructions. Time spent on leveling the crane will ensure that the crane is working efficiently and safely. Ground conditions. Outrigger setting. Outrigger pins. Support pads. Crane level. Wheels clear of the ground. Final checks and walk around. To ensure continuing personal safety when accessing the superstructure, crane operator's cab or the crane bed, do not use the outriggers or any homemade device, but use the crane-supplied grab rails, handrails, swing-around access ladders or steps. One of the most important roles the crane operator has is to correctly set the rated capacity indicator, with the correct duty for the configuration the crane is working. This is again done in accordance with the crane manufacturer's manual and duty chart. When there is a requirement to add additional counterweight, it's important to follow fully the manufacturer's instructions. To ensure continuing crane stability and level, it is good practice for the crane operator to carry out a 360-degree slew of the superstructure. Pausing briefly over each outrigger, this will show any settlement of the ground under the support pads. If any settlement of the support pads is noted, stop the operation and seek further guidance from the competent person. Main boom length will be set in accordance with the crane's duty chart and method statement. The crane is now ready for use.
Okay then, Dean. Another good job. Well done. Is there anything that I need to sign for now?
Yeah, just need to sign the proof of hire sheet now.
Okay.
Which is basically Friday.
Yeah.
What time I arrived site this morning.
Okay.
Meal break. What time we leave site.
Okay.
And then arrive back at the land depot. Then all you have to do is sign.
Because I'm actually signing for the hours that you've actually
yeah,
worked for.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So you arrived then at 0800 this morning,
Yeah.
and we had a 30-minute meal break, and now you're leaving the site at approximately, well, 16:30. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
good.
got a pen with you for me?
There you go.
There you go. Just need to sign there.
There you go.
Then I need to give you the third copy. 1, 2, 3. It's your copy that you keep, and then I return these back to the INS.
Great. Okay then, Dean, thanks very much for your help.
Okay, then.
Look forward to the next time. You're
Okay,
right.
No problem.
Thank you.